So what's going through your mind at the moment, Graeme?
Just keen to get started now. Saying that to my mum this morning, I feel like I've been talking about it for so long. And the last week or two, obviously, I've been ready, the training's all done, so I just want to get going. Off and running at long last. I've been keen to get to this point for a while now, especially the last 2 weeks. So I've kind of trained from January until basically 2 weeks ago. And last couple of weeks I had done 100 kilometres each week. Done a lot of training, so just feel ready to go now. I just want to get it done. So feels really good taking the first steps. From Lash to Broad, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, so that's why I have to focus on small goals, because if you look at the big picture, it's a bit daunting. So small goals from Lash to Brodick first will do me, then I can focus Brodick to Corrie. That's enough to think about for now. Just allowed myself to think about the fact that I'm only just going through Lash Village and I've not even done my first kilometre and I've got 90 of them to do. That's what I said I wouldn't do. I need to get that out of my head. That's a thought. Not even done the first of 90. Small goals, focus on small steps. I mean, this isn't cool to admit. A lot of my tunes are like, there's heavy metal in there, there's Metallica, got some rap, Eminem, Notorious B.I.G. and I mean, pretty cool stuff. It's currently I Need a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. Guilty pleasure. Over the course of the whole day, I have to do 900 metres elevation, and within the first 15 minutes, I'm just approaching 100 metres. So, I knew coming at Lash was going to be one of the tougher bits. So one of the bus drivers has just come up behind me in the hill coming at Lash. I was conscious of a car on the other side of the road coming up the hill, slowing down. I've got a sign on my back saying running round Arran, so I thought maybe taking a picture or something, but no, I'd obviously slowed down to dig out money. He just handed me a tenner for my fundraiser, so I think when I looked it was at 2,195 this morning, so that's us over the 2,200 mark. So thanks for that, guy. Thank you. Maybe I should run with a bucket. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, this feels good. I'm happy with this. Down the hill to Brodick already. Feels like I've done nothing. Hard stuff still to come, but I've obviously been visualising this in my head. I mean, to be fair, I know I'm Lash to Brodick to Corrie, through Sannox, up the hill to Lacranza. Well, I can picture that well in my head. Been around the other side Island plenty, but couldn't sort of visualise the roads perfectly, where they snake and weave and go uphill and stuff. So I've been visualising this a lot. It's meant to be a good thing, visualisation. It helps you achieve your goals, so I've been doing a lot of that. And obviously, I've been picturing this as one of the roads I know best. Travel it every day to work. I'm going to stay positive, enjoy the scenery, so that's what I'm doing right now. It's cracking, loads of green, loads of hills. Beautiful country we live in, beautiful island that I'm fortunate enough to work on. With an amazing group of young folk, which is why I'm doing this. Love this place, love the people. I've been thinking a lot about the community on Arran the last few days. So last night, I mean, I'm getting in my bed early last night and getting messages. Kate at the Douglas, good luck when you finish. There's a complimentary beer and burger at the Douglas. I've got the same offer for Lash Bay Hotel. They're going to do me a big pizza at the end. I've got Jodie, one of the young adults that comes to AYF. She's come for years, she's 20 now. She's got Down syndrome. I'm sure most folk in Ireland know who I'm talking about. She's a real Kent face, an amazing, great wee person, love her to bits. And she's making my pizza. She makes a pizza most Fridays, so that's her kind of pizza night. So kind of reinforces why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's for the community, give something back to the community, especially the young folk in Arran who I love dearly and worked with for 13 years now. One of the best kids about. Credit to Ireland, credit to families, and absolutely love my job and love what we do. I love the job satisfaction that comes with helping a young person when they're struggling. Also just the more straightforward stuff, which is just giving them that fun social space where they make memories that last them a lifetime. I've still got 25-year-olds come up to me and tell me, you know, they had some of their best days of their lives with us, go talk towers and all that with their pals. So there's that nice bit, there's also the stuff where you're helping them through problems. And that's why we do what we do, and that's why I'm doing this run. Because the work matters to me, it's important. Being blunt about it, I've had young folk come and tell me before, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the AYF. If it wasn't for the support you gave me at a young age, I would have killed myself. I wouldn't still be here. So there's your motivation there. That's why I'm doing this. Me and Angie, when we're chatting, always kind of run at a decent pace, so it's good. This is all quite kind of still flat, obviously, but I know the next bit to come will be a bit of a climb. I'd kind of planned it so that I knew I was starting on Marsh. I thought I'll go over to Brodick first because you get that hill at the road, and I thought if you go anti-clockwise, this climb to Lochranza, obviously then go down into that kind of climb. I think going this way is probably easier than climbing it at Lochranza. Probably done about 20k in roughly 2 hours, maybe a bit more, so it's pretty good going. Aye, I'm sure it'll drop off, but if I could keep something like that up, I would be doing well enough. See you soon. You caught us red-handed, we're cheating. We're taking the easy route here, we're walking. I thought if I'm going to walk any stretch, it'll be this stretch. If it wasn't for Jennifer being as supportive as she is when I go out on my runs, and my alarm goes off at 5 in the morning to go out runs and all these daft things, I wouldn't be able to do stuff like this if I didn't have a good family unit behind me. So the answer to how am I able to run 2 marathons, well, that remains to be seen. I don't know if I can. I've never done it. The furthest I've run was 41 miles. And that was hard, and there was the option, the type of race it was, there was the option to keep going. It was a case of see how long you can go. 41 miles was when I stopped. I was was struggling a bit, it was raining, it was pretty horrible, and I decided to pack it in. So 41's as far as I've gone, 52 is equivalent to 2 marathons, and of course I'm doing 56, so I'm doing 2 marathons with 4 miles at the end, as you do. So how am I able to do it? Remains to be seen, but you know what, if it comes to it, I'll crawl the last bit, I'll walk, I'll do whatever. I'm going to do this, so you want to keep it up as I run. See how that goes. I'm sure the back half will slow down to something just short of a crawl, but in answer to your question, it's just what's called progressive loading. So December I built a fitness base of 50k a week, 50 kilometres a week. I do kilometres, so yeah, the run is 90 kilometres today. So I was running 50k in a week in December just to build a base. Through January, February, March I built it up. They say add 10% each week roughly to avoid injury. So it went from 50k, 55, 60, built it up. But I trained pretty damn hard. We went to Disneyland Paris for 4 days. We went to Paris afterwards for 3 or 4 days. And full time I was away, I was still training. I was doing 20,000 steps in the park. I was still doing at least 10k a day. I was absolutely knackered doing it, but it was the start of April, so I knew it was just too close to take time off or whatever. So hard work is the answer. If you want to run a half marathon, a marathon, 2 marathons or more as I'm doing today, there's no shortcut. It's hard work. It's been 5 months of hard work to this point. I was struggling back there at halfway point, hit 45k. I was struggling big time. Sat in the camping chair my mum brought and I was having a right wee wobble. I'd been sitting for quite a while. And then this man appeared, jumped out my seat, if you can call it jumping out my seat, climbed out my seat and started feeling positive again. So it was a bit of an inspiration to keep moving, so thank you very much, Tom.
Absolute pleasure.
Pleasure having you along, man. So Tom's going to run to Blackwater foot.
Yep.
Oh, it majorly helps having company. You're not just focusing on the negative. So yeah, second runner to join me and really appreciate it. So why I do what I do, why I do these crazy challenges, I do a lot of running, I do hard stuff, I do hard runs, I go big distances. What it does, David Goggins talks about callousing your mind. Same way that you would callous your fingers if you were learning to play guitar. You play guitar enough, the impact on the hard strings makes your fingers go sort of hard and numb, and it's sore when you're starting playing guitar, and over time it's no longer sore. So you can callous your mind, you can do progressively harder things, whether that's starting at a 5k, building up to a 10k, half marathon, etc. You build it up, and every time you tick off more. So a 5k might be really hard for you to begin with. Then you've got that in the bank, you can look back in that and you can see I did that. So when you're then doing your 10k, you know you've done it, you know you're capable. And so I'm talking about running specifically, but that applies to all areas of your life. It can apply to young folk. You know, it might be having that extra push that after a hard day at school, finding the energy to go do your studying because you're going to benefit from it. I know it's hard, but you can. And if you do that for the 3 weeks leading up to your exams and you do 2 hours a day, you get good exam results at the end of it. That's something to put in the bank. That's something to look back and go, that was bloody hard, but I did it. Callous your mind, as I said. You do hard things, you become better at doing hard things. So for me, it's maybe running, and I can then apply that in other areas of my life. I might come home from my work knackered, but I know, well, I can run 56 miles, so I can find an extra half-hour energy to play with my kids before I put them to bed. I've not really thought about where the funds would go, but if it spread evenly across everything, it would fund cooking lessons for kids, it would fund music lessons for kids, it would fund art psychotherapy that helps their mental health, it would fund lunchtime drop-in, which is a good social space, especially for those who might otherwise not know where to go, and you know, they come in and make pals that they might not otherwise make. It funds girls football at Fun's P7 club, which has been amazing. We've just started that this year. Everybody's telling how good it's been for their transition, for making friendship groups, for making them feel more comfortable about coming up. At Fun's Youth Club, at Fun's the summer programme. So we take them go-kart, paintball, flip out, open towers, you name it, we do it. Outdoor activities, gorge walking, abseil and all these things, all these incredible opportunities that young folk get for free, should add. And then also at Fun's, one-to-one art therapy, counselling and other forms of support like that when they're struggling. So people giving donations, wondering where their funds go. I think that's a pretty good list, to be fair. I think that's not bad.
Yeah. Go on, Graeme! Go on, Graeme!
Graeme, how do you feel?